So we're gonna have a meeting.
This meeting is being recorded.
And I do understand that. Okay. Shall I call us to order? Please do. At 5:35. Okay. And we will take roll here. And Cindy Combs, I am here. Will Grunman here. Grunman Whirtle here. And Angelica Jones here. And Nancy Shaw is not. Michael Wilson is not here. Marianne Hardy is absent, as is and she's not. So, following, we'll discuss. First is approval of the minutes. Jason, did I send out minutes? You did.
You did. Yeah.
I so moved.
Did you read them? Did you read them?
I approve. I was here,
I was here too, but we don't know what the minutes say.
but well, I'm sure they're up here.
I'm sure you did.
We know the drum. Yeah, you sent out 2 sets, right?
Yes.
You read them, I did.
Right. Okay.
I moved it, the approval.
I second.
Take a motion. Okay.
I.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and Jason, do we have any correspondence or communication?
Just that the friends we want to know that the Ultra Book silent auction is coming up at the end of August.
And there are posters, whatever one can put posters.
Yeah, the 26th, August 26th.
Is it live?
It is live, it's in color, yes, at Central School. Back with the old clipboards, last year they did the app for bidding.
Oh, yeah.
They want to do that. Yeah. So they can like see who they're up against.
So will it be online component or will it be back to?
All the way
Yeah.
back to.
This year.
Oh, no.
You know what, I might send my son. Our representative.
Oh, wow. We just came back. Well, that's great. Excellent. Okay. All right, well, we don't have any public attending.
I don't know that, they will be on the way.
You go down the door. Look. All right, we will check.
And all that, really good.
Okay. So next, we have old business, and that is about removing adult patron fines.
Yeah, so we haven't set a date yet for that, but we're thinking that's going to be in August. We've had a wonderful 6 months of having the fines. I talked to a few, it was interesting, I was just trying to get things together that we could present to council. And one of them, even though it wasn't but they need to see what we're going to come up with, this library value calculator.
Oh, I like it. Library value.
And I talked to Amity Ricketts, the Cochise County librarian, wrote us a letter of reference. And then I was like, oh wow, maybe I should reach out to the state library and see Fort Henry. So, you know, so that can talk on the phone. I'm in trouble. So she said when it comes to money and fiscal things that they try not to interfere with what other cities do. So, even though personally, it was really pretty conversation.
It's about no fines.
Yeah.
Do you have a date for that?
Not yet, no. When are you here after some?
And yeah, I'm back, I'm still like working.
Right.
So I'm back and forth, but I can be here.
Okay.
I just need more than 24 hours.
Oh, absolutely.
It'll be the first one.
Yeah, it'll either be the 8th or the 22nd. So I will let you know as soon as I know that. But anyway, it was a really great conversation, and she just keep it really good. What they're doing at the library, state library, just thinks that we're so great, and doing wonderful things. And she's been here before. She opened up the annex 5 years ago. Howard Henry came down from and helped with the ribbon cutting. So she does supports us, but not in this way.
And so what are you going to say then?
Well, I was just, we didn't need it. I just wanted to, if we could just get people to, write letters, or just do something on there.
So right now, you're working on the county side.
Yes.
Right, I'm not working with you.
Oh, okay.
I must
Perfect.
have known that when I said, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you would like.
I would like them to be there. Actually, when it comes to it, just for, if you all would be able to come.
And intimidate.
And to just, that's a good, can you do that look the whole time?
I mean, that's was my question, you know what you would say.
Oh, just give an update of, they how it went, and, I would talk about community support, and,
Well,
no, definitely.
never has.
No, but welcome.
That's a good line to use.
That makes no sense, I'm sorry.
So you're early, really? Yeah, you thought back was back. So, I'm sorry, I just didn't get anywhere.
Yes. Just to go and to show them what the last 6 months have been like, what kind of feedback we got from our patrons. Just any kind of written feedback or written letters of support. And we can't I think they wanted well, how many people come back to the library and because of the content, we don't really know that information. And, I think just by showing, the last few months, we're getting back up there to where we used to be, and, we can just make a case that we can people in that, and, yes.
Because you want, feedback from the, have you thought about it on the box?
I had,
That at the circulation desk, and the question just put out there, how do you feel about not charging late fees?
I did that in the beginning, and I got feedback, and then it just turned to, just turned into that. And I put it online, and in my newsletters, I got a few, but I was thinking, I did all this,
Right.
support, and, people like it. So we just have to just present that, that we still want this. And I think if we can get, we can speak on behalf of the initiative at the council meeting. And we have to let them as we play it out.
Yeah, so, we have to, and, one of the things that I'll do is, just prior to that, what your notes are.
Yes,
Sort of like what you want,
yeah, I can send you,
and then,
yeah, okay.
then I can kind of fine tune the message. And I love the idea of patron feedback, maybe leading into the council meeting, even that week, Jason, and, you have such a good relationship with so many of our patrons. You could even say something like, hey, well, the council meeting is this, if it is the 8th, and
Yeah.
all the things we're going to be talking about is removing cell phones.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, I think it's a great idea, that's the reason I thought about it.
Can I include that in notes?
Yeah.
So it's not that somebody has to stop and fill something out, but I think
Right.
you can do it in a way that it
Well-
doesn't feel like you're putting people on the spot, just asking them for their feedback.
Yes.
And then you might be able to build your case, we've heard from 35 patrons. phone numbers, right?
And it's testimonials, you know, it's like,
Right.
no, and we've got a lot of those.
That's what I meant about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just do it the whole week.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah, just,
Yeah,
and
just-
just
I think
probably
we
a
keep
little, probably a little,
We
yeah,
can get a little tally thing.
Yes,
just to know
right.
Who we, you know, how
it's
many
okay,
people
if
we
it's your
have.
name, yes or no, right?
Right.
Yeah. Leave it at that.
And if they ask them, you can say yes. or no.
Yeah. It's funny when I was talking to the state librarian and I was bringing up some of the, you know, because she thought it came down to the fiscal, you know, the lack of money. I said, oh gosh, they really didn't at all about that. They were more like old fashioned, like, well, what about this responsibility when I was a kid? She backed up on it. I think that.
Well, that was my argument at first.
Well, I mentioned about the people taking advantage of it and not returning books. But there was concerns on that too. And she was surprised at that too. So yeah, I think they gave her something to think about. And she actually, like, she met with her staff and like they discussed this. They were figuring out, they were trying to figure out a way that they could support us in another way. And I had sent her my notes that I used that I continued, and she was like, really, like, you guys have everything that you need. But she didn't see anything missing. So.
And I think I remember that, Mary Ann Harlan said she would speak.
Yeah, I would like a couple, you know, Donna and just, yeah, briefly, I mean.
Yeah, and just, library.
I think it's important for them to know, to hear from someone from the library advisory
Yes.
board, because last time, Mary Ann was speaking there and, we sat on them hearing.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed this. This
Yeah.
wasn't, it's not
And we
something.
had been discussing it.
Yes.
It's not like, yeah.
And I changed my mind. I mean, I was just like that, and I changed my mind. You know, so it can happen. You can change your mind.
Okay, new business and Jason, well, this.
Yeah, so we've got the fiscal year and statistics. So similar layout, just, you know, this is year end. In parentheses are the numbers from last year. So we're up in a lot of categories, and the one,
So the blue is this year?
no, yeah, yes.
The blue is this year.
Yes. So the one that it looks like we're behind, we discussed this before with the kids' books, but when you look at all the books that were checked out at the annex, and most of those are kids' books, that were checked out of there. So it looks like we were down, but when you factor in, we look at that, the annex is now, last year was 3,865, and now this year was 6,404.
Right, yeah, so, yeah, I think that those two numbers get.
Yeah. I'm just so happy about that. We're, you know, we're coming up on this is 5 years that we've been open up again. And, you know, more than a year of that. You're happy?
Never been there. Say, you're always something to me.
I'll take you.
Yeah,
I know where it is.
I know where it is too.
They have ice cream there.
I know, but I'm working. You know that? So my question is like, why is the blue so little right there?
I think that's the kids one. That because it looks like we are under from last year.
Okay.
But everything else is.
Yes.
Is up. Programs, really, you know, we came back to in-person programs last year, and we're able just to offer so much more like we usually do, and that's really reflected in the numbers. You know, kids programs, we had 197 of them last year, and 175 participants. Yeah. Yeah, and we're seeing that in our story times. We have a great lineup of story times. We have 3 a week now.
Oh.
Yeah, and one regular one at the annex, STEAM story time on Thursdays, and now Fridays here at Movers and Shakers, so it's a music story time. And this is all because we have a great early literacy coordinator,
That's great.
Betsy Hill, and Sonia Rita from up the street is partnering for Movers and Shakers. She does the movement, and it's, yeah. So really, really, really fun. So,
When you say holds, that just means people want to.
Those are the in-county holds, yeah. And just,
And outreach, what is massive program outreach?
oh yeah, outreach, those are like when we go to trunk or treat in the vicinity.
You had 1,453 programs?
No, I should have put, those are people.
Oh, I see.
Those are people that, estimates of people that we reach.
Okay,
Um,
but the canopy is working?
Canopy's great, I mean, and then go over to the library of things, our culture pass, that was new this year, so we checked out 67
I wish I could do that.
passes to museums.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
And things, those are our tools, those are our internet hotspots, that's really going out, seeds, almost double.
You know, so this is interesting, looking at just sort of statistics, right? So if you could make a generalization, that's a little bit, maybe who's more than yours, but when you look at users added, right? And maybe if we're making a correlation to, are people more likely to become users of the library because of the, you know, maybe they had a fine or, you know, concerns.
Oh, right, yes.
Right, so if you compare, if you total adults and kids, and you compare last year versus this year, that's about a 17% increase. So the numbers aren't large, but the percentage increase is solid compared to everything else.
I think that's smart, because I think that's just a good way also just to show, if we're presenting anyway, like,
I mean, you can't say there's a direct correlation.
no, but you
could
can say
make
that
some-
this
You
is,
could say there might be a
Like,
correlation.
it's a dotted line.
right. No, and I think that's pretty much what we have to do. We, you know, we don't have any,
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it.
yeah, yeah.
Conviction is a straight line, but, you know, that, things like that, I think speak to,
Yeah.
you know, speak to the, you know, the inclusivity
Yeah,
of the library.
I like it, absolutely. Yeah, you should put that. And then the yellow sheet, which is everything that's on this paper, but then with a monetary value associated with it. So the libraries do this to show their, you know, their board and their council what their worth is. So this would be as if like, you know, instead of coming and checking out the book, a patron actually bought it.
Right.
So if we were actually in that.
Library staff, priceless.
You got that.
Very good.
I think you must have them too. So it's just interesting that, you know, if we were charging for all the things that we do, at the bottom, you see that the total value of the service is $1,589,000. Our budget for last year, which, you know, includes all the salaries and the building maintenance and all that, it was $225,000. And so then the return on investment,
Do the math.
is that how you do that?
That's a big number there.
Now that I said it,
So,
Small town.
But that's how you do it, income.
well, yeah, but I don't know if that's the right, we have to figure out if that's the right percentage, because what I read was that you subtract your budget from the value of your service and then divide that.
you know, I'm really great with percentages when I can visualize what they are, but I'll let Steve.
Okay, before we present it, we need to make sure it
Yeah,
works.
we want to make sure we are
You
numbers.
take this, I find mine is this,
Yeah.
and then do what with it?
That's
What
all.
the number that you have.
That's what I did here.
You know, so a percentage, so you would take, you know, you would take, like the current number minus last year, divided by last year to get the percent increase. So in theory, it would be 1.589 minus
Yeah, 220.
25 divided by,
Like what?
divided by 225, yeah.
And then, yeah, I get 6.06,
So, yeah,
and then times that by 100.
Yeah.
So it'd be 606%, so it is right. It just looks so astronomical.
Right.
But the return on investment was that, was 600%. So if we were in business, we'd be trying
Really good. All the raise.
We would have been bought by Zuckerberg.
Yeah, right. But it is, it's an interesting way to look at things.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the right way to.
And for,
Yes.
Money.
Those
raised.
Right,
Yeah.
yes, right. Money speaks, and even though that this is just on paper money, it still shows our value, which is important. I mean, this is all taxpayer funded. Like,
Yes.
this is a good, to show like, hey,
Yeah, that's the value provided to the community.
I like the idea of presenting my wife a price point and valuable services. I could get that actually. It's tough to meet my price point, is trying to be pretty huge, right?
your price, but
It's over $50.
for you personally?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so different. I gotta go 50.
So there's a lot of ebooks. 4,000.
Yes. Oh, and actually, I need to put on here that we don't have numbers. These were last year's numbers for ebooks, and I just need to take a note of that because we don't have this yet. But it gave an idea. I'm
Well,
sure it's
last
more
year,
this
I
year.
understand. Well, but last year was pandemic.
Well, maybe,
You
yeah.
know, just stayed at home and downloaded books instead of coming
But it is, I mean, that's a lot.
in. That is a lot.
So
And-
basically, we're just taking the usage number and multiplying that by the price.
Yeah.
That's coming up with.
Yeah.
Value of the service.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then meeting room use is like, so when we let, organizations use our space to host their meetings, and we could see it last year. And yeah, it's funny because we never even think about like charging, right? Because everything's free. So like when I actually do this, it's interesting to me, and also weird because we never associate any of our services with money.
And a lot of computer use still.
So, yeah.
Who counted each one of these seats?
Seat packs, I should say.
How many seats for that?
That's what I was gonna borrow.
Oh, man. Yeah, right.
Each one of those seats.
And so it's like visitor, when somebody comes through the door, you have to make a little.
We have a little counter. It's so inaccurate. I mean, it gives us the best idea that we can, but when you walk in the front door, there's a little counter.
Then you go click.
No, it just,
Oh, it
it's,
does it by itself.
yeah, but see, that doesn't count anyone coming up the elevator, and it's impressive. That's the best we can do, yeah. But yeah, that's, and then the
Well, I
person
better
that
start
keeps
using
going.
the stairs. Elevators.
They go back and forth a couple of times.
There you go.
Make up for your elevator.
Yes, exactly.
Right, I come in every week, so.
Yeah. I mean, we see a lot of people like every day. I mean, 6 days a week, so. And then that
Well,
also counts
your
for
computer users are gotta be pretty, right? People that are dependent.
Oh, yeah.
on your
Yeah.
computer.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm happy to see
So this looks great.
this going well.
The city council will love this.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
All right, any other questions on that stuff? All right, we'll move on to staffing. So Donna met 2 of our summer interns. Have you met any of them?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, I know Emma,
Yes.
but yes, I have, some.
So the whole intern program started because of the money the city put aside for lifeguards, and the pool never opened this year. So the city said, well, hey, how about we use that money and we can hire teams. So we have teams working all around the city. They're in public works, they're in parks, they're,
I think it's a great idea.
yeah, someone's working in City Hall, Camp Naco, Yeah, so they're only here, I mean, gosh, we're going, the next week's or last week, because we go back to school August 1st. But it's been really great, so we're kind of showing them a little bit of everything, just for them to realize, you know, everything that goes on in the library. You know, we're just not at the front desk checking them out. So, you know, we've got Shanti, she's working with the kids over at the Annex, so she's doing, she's actually giving us a bilingual aspect to our story time. So she'll read a story in Spanish. She's been recording stories in Spanish for our dial story. And they've all been working with the summer reading kids, and they started their own teen program. It's a Tea and Book Club over at the Annex on Fridays from 3 to 4. Yeah. And Allison's showing them how to make posters and how to market events. So they've made some of the Teen Tea and Book Club is their poster, and this end of summer reading party at the Old Field Oasis is their design. They came up with recommendation bookmarks. So if you like a book, you can fill it out, put it in the book, so the next patrons can see that someone else liked it.
That's what he said.
Well, and, you know, one of the really cool things that Allison mentioned that they're doing, in my opinion, is there's, the sort of the growth behind the Instagram and social media.
Oh, yes. So
I mean, they do that like, boop, boop.
they started an
Yeah.
Instagram account that's a social media thing. Mhm. So they're gonna, yeah, so they're gonna leave and then we're gonna do no. And you can, now you can like share things from Instagram, which we already do.
Yeah, it's it.
So how many hours do they put in
19 and a half hours a week.
each of them?
Yeah, so they're all kind of divided up on it. Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah.
lot.
So it gives them, you know, this is, for two of them, their first job ever. And they just got paid, you know, their first paycheck.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, I don't know, because, so if we can get them to do these programs, we're hoping that once their work ends and they go back to school, that they'll continue coming in and working with us. Like we want to do, like we did the Haunted Library. We think we want to do a Haunted Annex this year, and so to get them to, you know, bring their friends. Like we're trying to build team programming, you know, since we've had them here, like, hey, like, what do you guys want to do? You know, so they give us a list of new board games to buy. You know, instead of being like, oh, we bought you Scrabble and I'll play it.
Yahtzee!
Yeah.
Kids, but kids, they play board games, right?
No, they're all new board games.
They're
Quite exciting, some of them.
You know, in our local county, a couple of libraries have a, you know, we don't have a bandwidth necessarily, but they have a team advisory board.
yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, maybe it's something to.
We talked to
them. And you know, that is such a good experience for teens, and then they, you know, they learn leadership skills.
Yes.
And include that in college applications if they're applying to college.
Well, and yeah, and that's the other thing. Like now, you guys have references that you can use us, you know, that you've booked here, and you know, and it's just skills of, you know, how to show up for work on time, and all those little things that we take for granted.
Right.
But they've been great, and I think we're having fun, and they're learning a lot. And, I think it's a great program. So now the city, our personnel director, wants to make sure that this happens again, even with the lifeguards. There has to be a way that a way that this can continue, and that we can
I think
we
it's
can make
great.
sure higher.
I
Yeah.
think that's a great thing.
And it gets it out in the community and
Yes,
with
right.
the public and, you know.
Was there a push to use that money set aside for the pool?
That's what it was.
Well, I mean, I know it was for the lifeguards.
Oh,
this
yeah.
year, but did somebody let's just,
No. It's just the lifeguard money. So how many lifeguards they would have hired was the amount of interns that are working in the city this summer.
so that it was not legal in some way to use the lifeguard money for the pool.
Oh, that I don't know, yeah.
I would have thought that there would have been a push for that.
Oh, but
Keep trying to push.
to get, actually, to use the money to get the fix.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But it is a shame, because there are very little jobs for teens in this area.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that was one of the concerns, is like, we have to offer them something.
They always go wrong.
Yeah, right. And I think it's great, I think, we know Ember, but Kayla and Shanti, are two newcomers for our library. And it's great. Yeah,
2, 3, and 4.
yeah.
Bring 8.
Well, they are, and they're bringing their friends, and they're bringing their friends to sign up for library cards. And these kids that haven't been in the library are,
Yeah.
that time, like, this is really cool, Which one?
The lawyer girl.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's really very political, and it's also a very great story
Yes,
about a young David.
yeah, I think that's great. That's all busy because that's like a lot of work, but it's fine. And it actually makes us feel like we're on summer break too, because things have been switched around and like, so. Can't close for a month when we can hold the scenes.
It works.
Do you get to go to the Oasis?
Yeah. And then, right, the staffing otherwise is the same, no changes there.
So the new, child,
Oh, Gretchen,
she's working out good.
oh, she's great. Fantastic. Yeah, we've got a lot of new baby patrons, and yeah, she does such a fantastic story time. If everyone will sit in on this story time, she's great because she does all the things that you can do, like singing and
Surely.
yeah, and it's just really good. And she also does our youth free ride. That was the other thing that we get the teams to participate in our programs while they're here. So with youth free ride, that was one of them. But we also think we have interest in building a brat for the brat parade this year.
Cool. Get going now.
We had someone will give us I know, right?
Gotta start now.
A cart that has brakes,
Uh-huh.
and we think we want to do because Gretchen is really good at paper mache. We could do a giant big paper mache book.
Sounds good.
And she said she would wear like a worm costume, like she would be the
Start now.
Yeah.
Before you know.
I know it.
So,
Grants?
Grants, yeah.
We, right now, we're still working on spending the Arizona Community Foundation's money for the annex patio. We just had Bill Mead paint a wonderful mural over there.
I love this murals.
Oh, it's,
I was surprised to see one up at, Sloan.
yes,
Building.
and the mural labyrinth, yeah.
Yes, since the city didn't like the one
Of the school board.
they.
But the next meeting, Allison took Bill with her and, the school board was something.
Oh, okay, okay, so that's the same one.
Yeah. And then grants, so Artemisia Foundation, we're gonna be participating in this really cool, public mural project called Inside Out. Did you go to the Faces Places documentary when we showed it up at the Royale with director, movie director Agnes Barda and this artist JR? Well, so this artist JR does these it's going to be a photo mural. So what it comes down to is anyone can participate in the world's these projects. It has to be vetted through his organization, and you have to come up with an action plan. And our action plan is freedom to read. And this is going to be a youth project. So what's going to happen is we're going to photograph children holding their favorite book, and it's behind the same backdrop. It's like all polka dots, and then obviously we parental reviews from commission like that. And then they get printed large scale format. So I think they're like, are they like 2 by 4.5 or 3 by 5, something really big. They're posters, and then they all get put together on a wall. We're going to use the underpass on Bisbee Road, which Freeport owns. As you're coming out Bisbee Road to the traffic circle, you go through their underpass, and then there's concrete walls, and then the shoulder concrete wall. So they're Freeport properties, so we're working with Freeport and the city and Artemisia and JR and the organization to photograph 50 kids holding their favorite book. And then we're going to wheat paste it up. And then it's going to, and Artemisia is paying for all kinds of
laminated?
whatever they print on the wheat paste. No, it's not a permanent installation, so it will eventually.
Just like a standard billboard.
Well, they're all the portraits will be lined up. I can send you a link to some of what they look like.
Uh-huh.
So it's yeah, I don't know. Other places have they stay up quite a while. I don't know what they call. But it is supposed to be temporary. But yes, obviously we are kind of
Right.
but Artemisia is paying for all the printing and the shipping.
Yeah, functions all, and all that, yeah.
And it's great. So then, and you can follow online, and when I send you the link, you can look at all the other actions from around the world that people have put together for whatever reason. Some of them are diversity and inclusion. And ours was just with everything that's going around the country with reading and censorship and just, really celebrating this moment that we can read right now.
So kids from 3 to 18 or?
Yeah, I mean, really 0 to 18. You can have babies, you get so that's actually, Amber's going to be photographing this week for we're going to have a few photo shoots this week, and then I think we're going to go to the Boys and Girls Club. Basically, we obviously can only photograph children who get guardians. So yeah, it's an exciting project, and it's even though it won't live forever, Bisbee will live forever. It's going to be on track by
That's cool.
Yeah. And that's really all for grants. We have some really great ideas for future grants. We are working. So when we get our new HVAC system, it should happen sometime. It said July, about 6 months ago, but nothing's happened. But what that's going to do is going to clear out 2 big closets where there's heating units now, and I can move storage from. There's an old bathroom off the young adult room that you would never know. I use it for storage now. It's small, but we were thinking about getting a grant to put in a recording studio where people can come record their own life story. They can podcast. You can start your own podcast and come here and record it. And you wouldn't need a lot of space. You just need, we would soundproof the room. We would put a desk in there. It has a window. It looks out back. A computer system that has all the software
We consider you doing a podcast yourself.
Well, yeah, everyone, I told that to someone, like, oh yeah, everyone wants to make a podcast, so that was number, I guess all kids want to make a
Yeah,
podcast.
if you have a whole bathroom, that's good. My daughter, her husband converted a closet for her recording.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a lot of space. But that's something we were thinking about doing, other libraries have done it.
And there you can get people down.
Yeah.
Mhm. Sure.
Oh, yeah, that would be a great,
There's a lot of people at the radio station who've done this over
Right.
the years, and the radio station has moved from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound engineers, yeah.
And so there's a lot of people who
Yeah.
can exactly turn that, turn those places into studios. So that would be another community
Yes.
involvement, bring it from another community project, the KERP.
And maybe even somebody wants to, be involved to like, counsel the kids.
Yeah,
about-
yeah. I didn't even thought of that, that's a good idea. And, oh yeah, like if we ever do an oral history project, or
Yes,
something
right.
like, where, get people to come in and record a segment of their life, or just tell us a story of their life, and we can record those, we can archive them online,
Good parents.
yeah, really, the possibilities are endless.
That's true.
Just getting the funding is finite.
Sounds good.
And then we talked to Charles Buffet, and we approached him years ago about writing something about library's history, like get it written down. I have bits and pieces of articles I found, old librarian reports that we kind of took pieces of to make our history rack card. But he's interested in working with us to write a story. He's thinking big, like he might want to write a book about it. We would have photos and
Even better.
and whatnot. We're meeting with him next week, and
That's good.
he didn't even, I think he would do that, but there's a way that I think we could that.
Yeah.
If I get the time to read your display.
Oh, I saw you about that. Well, I got a lot of that from those librarian reports, like during
Yeah.
the 1918 pandemic, the world wars. They were, using some of this. They're collecting books to send to soldiers. Just stuff like that.
Right outside the front door.
When
Do you use the elevator, I use the elevator?
No, I think now.
when we put our poems, like when we
Yes,
fly through,
right.
that thing. Right now, there's just the history of the
It's
library.
in the glass case, just so that.
I just love it.
Go to the library. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get that, the book before anyone else
That's
takes
it.
If Charles is writing a history of the library, I volunteer over with Mining and History
Oh, yeah.
Museum. And I'm in what's called the research on it,
Yes.
believe me, we will have stuff, you can't check it out. You can
No.
check it out. And he's actually doing some research.
I didn't know you wrote it.
Yeah, that Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesdays and Fridays from 10 to 1.
Because we talked about that, so,
So,
when
yeah.
are you over there, Tuesday?
Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 to 1.
Because we talked about that, maybe we'll make it a point to come over when you're.
It's impressive what we have over there in terms of,
I'm
and I
sure,
know it, I'll be there tomorrow, I'll look for a library.
but I'm sure that Charles has been there before.
I was gonna say, well, he was doing some research.
No, but he doesn't, because we talked about it. and
Yeah, 'cause I remember that's when,
He thinks there's more there than he knows.
Yeah. I always sit and talk to people who have, doing the research, when he said Charles, I know your name, yes,
Right.
maybe four, it's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, he did that on the radio station.
Copper Chronicle.
The Copper
Yeah.
Chronicle.
Right.
Which we also, that was the other thing about our recording, that he would.
Yeah,
he would
I've
start
seen
out
it.
Copper
Yeah,
Chronicles
so
and do it out of here, yeah.
I always loved those.
Yes. So that's great, yes. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can start looking to see
I will, yeah.
anything that you might have over there.
Great. I'll be there tomorrow.
And then programming, we'll talk a little bit about that, but yeah, summer reading actually wraps up this week. Which is amazing. Do you do the summers? The unofficial, end of summer. Yeah. I still think it's June because it's so hot. You know, I'm forgetting like, wow.
And there's no way, yes.
Little jackets on.
You keep up. But it's been Allison, and Gretchen have run this summer's programs. And they've worked with, Amy and Sam from the Science Lab, and the four of them really, they put together a program this year. Yeah, we had a really good, response, probably 25 to 30 kids a week, and just,
All ages.
yeah. So yeah, they get all the credit for summer reading, but I think they really don't. Which is nice. And, trying to think of anything else. Coming up, I think after summer readings over, we're gonna regroup and figure out what we're going to do for fall and winter.
Versus the
Alter books, yeah.
which is big.
That is big, yeah. And is anyone making an alter book?
I always buy some.
That's just fine.
I'm more a art appreciator.
Yeah,
Art.
that's what we need both, you know.
Yeah, like 3 people asked me, just go to the library.
Oh, yeah.
And you just apply, you fill out a little form, and then that's how you do it.
Yeah. That's really all I have, unless anyone has any questions.
No? Okay. So for the good of the order,
Which we still don't know.
but we always throw in our next meeting.
And I usually get it wrong.
At 5:30.
That's right, Michael. You're always there at 5:30. Today, you just must have had a.
I'm,
So
in the
it's,
process of moving.
oh, okay.
That's about it later, but, and the date?
It should be Monday, October 16th.
All right,
Yeah.
3 at 5:30.
sweet. Thank you.
Okay, and then, does anybody want to move that we adjourn
I make a move to adjourn at
at 6:23?
Becky,
Okay.
In favor.
That's right. So you mentioned Agnes,
I was told
are you still in touch with her?
no, she's a French film director.
No.
What are you thinking?
What are we talking
She's another.
Oh, you're thinking of Jordan's.
She was Hungarian. And she lived here, went to taught at school and did all kinds of art things in Hungary. And her and I were in touch for years, and all of a sudden Agnes Vargas.
No, I don't know.
So when you mentioned that name, it just brought her back to my